Hi everyone. I'm going to be doing a full face of makeup using the Cheetah Hack today, and I'll show you some beautiful colors in my compact. This would be a full face of makeup for you guys. So today I'm using my main shade, brightening shade, contour. I'll be using, this is called Frenchie. It is for color correcting if you have some dark shading underneath your eyes. It's just, your natural skin color there is a little bit darker. This is going to color correct that. Sandstone Lip and Cheek. I also have the Heat Waves bronzer. I'll be doing a 2-color eyeshadow look. I'm going to illuminate with one of my favorite illuminators, Georgia, and then setting everything with the vanilla setting powder. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. The first thing I'm going to use is Frenchie, and I'm just going to use my finger to apply that right here in the corner underneath my eye. And I'm going to fill in everywhere that I feel like needs some color correction. And you can already notice the difference of color between my two eyes. It's a beautiful color corrector. It is a lip and cheek, so it doubles as a color corrector and a beautiful blush color. It's very subtle and very light for spring, and basically like a pretty gloss on your lips for spring as well. Okay, so I've color corrected first. Now I'm just going to wipe my finger off and I'm going to go into my main shade. Your main shade goes in the man's beard area. So I'm going to dot that on all over the man's beard area. And I just dot until I run out of color on my finger. And I get up some more. More dots means more product. So leave a little bit of space because we'll blend this all together in a minute. This is a cream makeup, so it will warm up on your face as you apply your other colors, and it will blend beautifully. Okay, I'm also going to go in just on the sides of my nose. We'll do some contour on the nose and some brightening. I'm going to go up a little bit higher here too. All right, now we'll go into my brightening shade. It's just a smidge lighter than my main shade, but you can notice the difference between the two shades. When we color match you, we will let you know which shades would work the best for your face, for your skin tone. So I went a couple of dots here. This is in the T-zone. I'm going over that Frenchie that we did at the beginning, and I'm just dotting in the areas that I didn't put my main shade. You can also do a dab here and right on your chin. All right, so now I'll go in with my contour and do that across my forehead near the hairline. Now I go a little further down with my contour on my forehead because I have a larger forehead. If you have a smaller forehead, you would be closer to your hairline. It is supposed to be where you naturally have a shadow. So what I'm trying to do is disguise the fact that my hair starts back here and kind of pretending like it sort of starts a little earlier. All right, I'm also going to do the contour right underneath. Like I can feel my cheekbone here. I already sort of can see the indentation. What I'm doing is enhancing that, and it is going to make my face look thinner. So I'm dabbing that on right there. And I don't want to go too far with it. It's going from the top of my ear about to the corner of my eyebrow with those dots. I'll also dot underneath my chin along the jawline. that right on my, you want it to be under, not on your face. So you're just enhancing that shadow, that natural shadow there. And then I'm also going to do it on my nose. So when I do it on my nose, I press it on my middle finger on one side and I press it together, and then I bring it down the nose. And then I like to go back in with my brightener, the brightest shade, and just make sure that's still aligned. Okay, once I have all my colors in place, I use the blend brush. This is the actually bronzer and blush brush. I like to use the smaller end, and I'm going to circle, very lightly circle on the makeup. Make sure you bring that contour back and up. Don't draw it down your face. And I'm using the lightest hand possible to blend the makeup. Bring that contour back into my hairline. Make sure you get underneath the jaw. You don't want a solid line underneath there. You just want a hint of an extra shadow. And I have not yet put on my blush color. So I've blended all this first, and then I'll go back in with my blush in just a minute. And I'm going to touch up this nose area. Definitely don't want any lines hanging out or dots. You don't want to continue to look like a cheetah, which is what we called this, the cheetah hack. All right, so there are many application methods. This is just one of them. This is usually the easiest for our ladies who are new to Saint, because you are putting the makeup right in the exact places and you're getting to know the different areas that you want your shades. All right, so now I'm going to go into, I'm using Sandstone for my lip and cheek. And I don't know if you checked out the mistakes video, but you want that blush to be over here. You don't want to bring it too far down into your face because it's going to pull your face down. We want a young, youthful, lifted look. So I'm going to try to keep that blush back here and on top of that contour line. I want both of those colors to kind of blend together to look more natural. So I'm just kind of dabbing that on with my finger, and now I'll blend it with my brush. So up and back, off of the, away from the face, away from the main part of the face. Whoops. Sorry, I dropped my brush. So up and back on the high part of the cheekbone. Okay, so you will also use your lip and cheek shade on your lips. This is one of my favorite colors, and in a little bit we'll put our illuminator on top of that. Okay, so I am going to set my makeup with the Vanilla Dust setting powder. I need to look up at the camera, sorry. Now I'm going to set my makeup with the Vanilla Dust setting powder. So I'm focused on getting my colors right. And I'm using the same brush that I blended everything with. I'm just using that smaller end in the vanilla setting powder, and I'm doing it over my eyes before I do the eyeshadow to set my makeup. Okay, so now I'm going to go into these two eyeshadows. I have chosen Bright Eyes and Drift, so this is a 2-color eyeshadow look. And I'm just gonna, oh wait, I don't have to use my finger, but I can. I have my eyeshadow brush, and I actually am going to use my finger to apply my eyeshadow. So I'm starting with Bright Eyes, and I'm going right on the lid. And I'll use my brush to soften the edge there. I have hooded eyes, so I try to make sure I go up past the crease so that people will be able to see the color. You don't want to go all the way to the eyebrow. You want to leave this open. We're going to use our illuminator in that spot, or we could also use Drift. That would be a good color. So I'm going to go on the other side. Okay, with Bright Eyes. And I'll use Drift, is the lighter color, and that goes right in the corner of my eye. And I'm going to marry these colors together, and then I'll use the eyeshadow brush to really blend it together. I'm also using Drift right underneath my eyebrow to highlight. So Drift in the corner, and Drift right under the eyebrow. And I'll use my eyeshadow brush to blend that together. I'm going to make sure I don't look like a crazy person. I'm going to use an actual mirror. I just love this eyeshadow color, or these eyeshadow colors. These are going to be my spring and summer go-tos. Feel like a bronzed goddess. Okay, so now the last thing I'll do is I will apply my illuminator. Oh wait, no, I need to do my bronzer. Okay, I'm gonna go into my bronzer first before I apply the illuminator. The bronzer that I've chosen is Heat Waves, and I'll be using the bigger side of the brush for the bronzer. So when I go into the bronzer, I kind of squeeze the brush like this, kind of in a C sort of, and I tap, tap, tap in. And with the lightest hand possible, I'm gonna brush the top of my cheeks to add some color there. I'm also going to brush it on the sides of my forehead. And I'm very slightly tapping into this color. I don't want a lot. I'll also brush it right on my nose and underneath my neck so that everything matches. So just a hint of color there. Now, I'll go into my illuminator. And one of the things that you can do with your eyeshadow brush is to apply your illuminators. So I'm just going to brush into the illuminator with my eyeshadow brush and put that right on the very top of the cheekbone. You can see that, look, oh, hey girl, hey girl. That should be a boomerang. Right on the top there. You can also do it right on the tip of your nose. We applied Drift underneath the eyebrow, but I'm just going to go back in and put a little more. Can't illuminate too much. And then I really like to put it in the center of my lip. And right at the top there on the Cupid's bow. Okay, so that is a beautiful full face of makeup. I highly recommend some mascara to finish the look. The next thing that I would recommend if you have all of these items is grabbing this is called the line brush. The spoolie end is to tame your eyebrows, so you want to brush those beauties. And you can get, I use an eyeshadow color to fill in my eyebrows, but your contour color would work well there too. So I'm going to use the sharper end, I don't know if you can see that, the sharper end of this brush, and I'm going to fill in my eyebrows. I'm going to make a line at the front of the brow, and then I'm just going to follow the brow line across the top. And across the bottom. And then brush across the inside to fill it in. All right, so you can see brow filled in, not filled in. I think it just adds like another dimension to my look, and I really like the way that it looks. So I'm gonna finish this up. I'm gonna do some mascara, and then I'll be ready to go. I hope you like this tutorial and found it helpful. If you have any questions, please let me know. Bye.